Hi guys, Troublmaker here playing City Skylines, and I am moving forward. So last time we expanded our city quite a bit, probably quadrupled it in size, and this one little building is bothering me, so get rid of it. And one thing I did as far as the plan, the generic plan goes for the city. Now this will not be something that I'll hold on to forever, but will be something I'll hold on to for now. This traffic circle only surfaces one lane currently. Eventually, I'll be turning it into a two-lane traffic circle to make it flow better for traffic. I'll be also expanding this roadway here to be bigger. This roadway here will become bigger, as will this one here, and this one around the city. But that's when it becomes affordable, which for now it's not. And yeah, that's all I'll say about that. So I need to have industrial. So I can do this two ways. One, I can expand this road here even further down to this way, which is what I'll be doing. The other way I can do it is by making little inlets here to kind of get to the edges. I just want to keep my industry on the edges of the city so that when they have to transfer their goods, they can cut through the city and they can stay away from our residential populations. So with that said, I built my power plant, I believe. Yes, I did. How's our budget looking? Oh, I haven't actually been using all of my water. That's bizarre. And we're a little bit over on that consumption front, but a little under on power. So let's adjust those levels appropriately. So we'll get them going up. I don't like how these things don't update live, how you have to wait for that. Oh, look at that, the bus. Bigger budget, the more buses available in the city. And I currently have none. Okay, so I'm going to need to have another landfill. This is going to be something I have to do eventually anyway. So I'll build it here, and I can't afford that expense exactly. So I'm going to have to build some more roads to to fill in my city. And I'm going to build one up here. I'm just going to try and get a little bit of extra residential properties built in place. Now I'm going to build a little itty bitty bit of this main road. Just a small bit of it. Not a big bit, just a small bit. Okay, I'm on straight road, good. I want it to be, is that level? It seems to be level. Just enough to hook in right here. And I will be building lots of industry here. Ba-doop. I will be needing to do sewer for this area. I have a feeling that this one power line here should suffice, but we'll see after whether people get angry at me or not. And we'll be keeping this power line along the outside. There is a method to this madness. The madness and the method is related to these little off-roads that I'm going to make on the southern area. So we'll have an off-road here. Ta-da! And we're going to build a road leading this way here. And I need a lot of industry. Lots and lots and lots of industry to expand further my tax base of this city. My income's going down quite a bit right now, so that is not good. That is very bad. But I'll continue expanding on just this one little road here, and that will link into what will become the main, one of the two main ways of getting to the city. This way will be a circle road that'll go around the city, lead in, lead out, and there'll be a little ramp here to lead into over here. And then there's the this monstrosity which will go through the city via the traffic circle. And now that we have that covered, let's see if I can expand this road. I didn't quite expand it to where I want it to go. I want it to go to meet up with this little itty bitty road here. Alright, more industry please, and a thank you, sir. So they're saying, where's all the garbage trucks? No one's picking up the garbage. I just laid down a new garbage disposal facility and they're just not using it. This is my life. Now, I do want to have this going up this way, which will increase my industrial. And by doing it this way, I'm also going to have another industrial zone here. So, industrial towards the south, but I want to stay away from the river. So, industrial along the southern crib here, away from the river, linking it with the main thoroughfares. Sounds great. And this northeast area will be more or less residential with little pockets everywhere we go. And I should be getting back to being positive sooner rather than later. So I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. 3,600 bones. Okay. When you're building next to residential areas with industrial, you want to have a bit of a green belt. You want to have an area that will be dedicated to acting as a buffer between your residential zones and your non-residential zones. And so you can leave it blank, and I've left it blank in one spot, I believe. Yes, right here, I've left it kind of blank. But you can put commercial zones in there too. And that'll act as the buffer so that people don't have to smell smelly stuff. And so that's what we'll be doing here, creating this big buffer zone. And my demand for industry has gone down, my demand for commercial has gone up, so this just makes good sense. And we're also back to being in the positive. So we have a pretty widespread problem over here. What would that be? Crime rate is high. Yikes. Not exactly rich just yet, so I'll have to fix these problems as I can. But yes, there seems to be quite the crime problem on this western side of the city. The eastern side of the city had garbage problems, but most of them have gone away. Most of them. Looks like there's still some garbage problems. So crime and garbage. Those are some major issues that we have to deal with eventually. But not yet. And note, the traffic circle doesn't actually work. Okay, so I might have to try and fix this right away. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So it shouldn't be too pricey. Okay, so those are all gone. We're going to put in a 2-lane road. Connect into the traffic circle. And what this will do is it will cause 2 right turn lanes here to get into the traffic circle. Now if this works properly, this should solve a lot of the issues. If it doesn't work properly, oh, I am so screwed. So screwed. Now I have a huge unhappiness here. It's going to take me a while to get to my next lump of population, so I'm going to have to take care of it eventually. So we have a high crime rate to deal with. How much does this cost? 480 upkeep per week. That's pretty pricey. It's 12,000 to plop it down. Plop being a Sim City word referring to any kind of motion of bringing something down. I don't know if that's the word they're going with here. Phew! That was a big sneeze. I did not intend that sneeze to do that. Phew! And I do have a little bit of an illness. Oh, so it looks like this place, actually does not have water at all. And I didn't even consider over here for water. Oopsie daisy, lemon daisies. And did the power connect all the way over here? It did not. So that's all taken care of. Minor issues become major issues very easily. Me not doing anything about this has caused mass abandonment of a lot of facilities, but it's all taken care of. They can all move back in now. And yeah, I think I'm gonna need another garbage facility. I'm probably gonna have to up taxes. This is gonna make people a little bit unhappy, but I have to do it. So I'm gonna put the industrial taxes up by 1% and the residential up by 1%. I'll leave the commercial low for now. It says low on happiness. Your citizens are unhappy. Plop down. This is relatively cheap. Very, very cheap. But I kind of have other priorities right now. Garbage collection is a big issue in this city. How's our other garbage facility doing anyway? It's got to be getting pretty full. Yeah, 79%. So let's begin unloading that to the other one. Just kind of balance it out. And I also have a very, very high demand for residential zones right now, which is excellent. So I can build, like I said, I'm going to be building this giant quadrant here as my residential area and the south as my industrial. And try not to have them, you know, inter-peak with each other. So I need 1-lane roads. Yes. Now I'll have some way to get across these two roads without having to, you know, go all the way. Oh, that's blue. Well, I can use that. That's fine. That's fine. I can just use a little bit of green. There we go. All those nice happy noises the game makes at me. As if to say, I love you. To which I respond, I love you too, game. Now the dump is going to make things kind of problematic. So what I'll start doing is making southern areas. So like right here, I can make an area. Right here, and I'll bring a road across here as well. So I still have venues for expanding in this small area of the city. Geez, that... Can I get through here? I guess this is the intersection that I have to use. Okay, we'll expand this not too much further up because actually I need my circle road to come around this way. So I can't do too much more there. So I'm going to try and get good coverage here. There we go. Just connect this in here for the purpose of the easy drains, I guess. And connected. Looks like I lose a little bit of space here, but not too much. More than I would have wanted, that's definitely for sure. And then I'm going to create paths across here to further cement our approach to life. I'm not connecting this middle area in because I want to make this big area a giant freeway eventually, but not now because I'm broke. I'm horribly, horribly broken. Uh-oh, a building caught fire. Probably due to arson because of my super high crime rates. I have allowed for the mega criminal. Yes, looks like we still have some garbage problems. So I'll probably need another garbage facility. And probably going to expand our industrial road up just a little bit. Because I want him to connect with this one here. For a kind of a meaningful way. There we go. So I connect that right into the waistline. How's our water doing anyway? Looks like we're pumping excessively high amounts of water right now, and power consumption's steadily increasing. Scary, right? So I can probably turn the water back just a little bit. And our power up just a little bit. There we go. That will account for our new industrial needs that have shown up at the door. And like I'm hoping these. One of the big problems with the garbage collection is that this road here, which didn't work, but now works seemingly fine. Yeah, was slowing up a lot of the garbage collection and emergency services and all that stuff. Now, okay, what's so funny here am I laughing at? In a traffic circle, the people outside have to yield to the people inside. It's a 4 yields drive that only goes one way. What's happening here is actually the people on the outside, or the inside of the circle, are actually yielding to the people not in the circle, which is just really wonky and bizarre, and honestly dangerous. You can see the yields happening here, in fact. Like, it's very dangerous to yield to those people. So that's just kind of the wonky weirdness of this game. That's kind of already happened here. And I'm hoping that my traffic problems will go away once I complete this this mega, network that will lead us in. I could build a flat highway that will go across here all the way over to here, but you can't build on those highways, so I won't build those just yet. And currently my demands are high for what? Residential properties again, and our mega industrial properties. So we will add in a road here. Oh. A road here, and some people will be living right next to the dump. There we go. And I'll be doing that all the way across. I thought I heard a barbecue, but it's actually somebody's house on fire. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Or as they say, my bee. My bee, guys. My bee. Now, is it congested again? Oh my god. Every time an emergency vehicle shows up, people act like complete a-holes. If this was realistic at all, this emergency vehicle would move into this middle lane here, as everyone else should, realistically, and move on. Actually, the game has to delete vehicles because it handles traffic so poorly. That kind of sucks. So bad. Now, there are fixes for everything in this life, but this is getting painful. This is a garbage truck? Yeah. Trying to get back to home. 2 garbage trucks, 3 garbage trucks, 4 garbage trucks, 5 garbage trucks that are not able to work because of traffic problems existing in the city. So, I might have to create another way. Or maybe not even another way, expanding what I have, perhaps. Hard to say. Because the traffic circle is supposed to be functional, but a lot of my problems are related to traffic problems I'm having. What, all because people don't understand how to do traffic circles? I guess. For intersections with lots of traffic, use a large roundabout to allow traffic flow with as few stops as possible. Now, the smaller one, this small roundabout provides an easy way to help traffic flow freely. How big is... Oh my god, that is huge. That is a massive roundabout. That's probably what I'm going to need. And it's going to wipe out a lot of infrastructure to build this thing. So 7,600 bones. That's pricey. very pricey. No lie. I'm probably gonna need that pricey roundabout actually. Just it's jarring how terribly built this happens to be. Okay, it's flowing again, so things are starting to get back together, I guess. Well, this is my city that I built so far. How exciting for me. Industrial demands are higher. Water covered. Well, I can connect these two. Or can I? It's like it won't actually let me, okay. There's absolutely no demand for commercial spaces. I have these spaces here and nobody's taking them at all. So I'm kind of running out of space in this zone, but I can still, there's still this giant zone here that I have. I've just been avoiding it because it's right next to that wind farm, and that wind farm has noise issues. There's also some issues of like making this kind of, you know, looking good. Looking good, Rod. Looking good, Todd. Anybody trading spaces? Nope. Okay. Thought I'd throw it out there. But I will need more industrial, and I will need more residential spaces. So I can't afford this thing. I really want it though. So I'm gonna leave. See how big this has to be. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave a decent amount of space. I'll start around right here. But I want it to come from the industrial side, just so I can alleviate some stress on that particular roadway. I might connect them eventually, but right now we'll leave them unconnected. And the green zone is deployed. Is our green belt, I should say. Now, a ton of residential spaces. Like, I think I might have to, but I didn't really want to. I'm probably going to have to add more industrial spaces here in the same way that I did over here. I didn't want to because that was somewhere that I was planning to bulldoze eventually, just so I could get more bigger roads here. That's what I was going for. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'll build a big old road out like this, like we did before. And we'll add industrial zones here. And then you make sure that perfect. And I don't really care too much about these wires being in the way just yet. Garbage is piling up. Well, isn't that the truth? I wonder if I have to build another garbage facility on this side of the city. It's possible. I might have to, though. Not enough monies. Okay, so we have to wait for our money to slowly chip up because currently in the broke fields. Jeez, do I have to raise taxes again? I really don't like raising taxes. I'm going to have to put those taxes down eventually. So, commercial paving the way. Actually, commercial isn't really a lot of tax base, is it? How much is it? 3.2 mil? No, it's our residential that pay most of the taxes. That's what we're going to have to put up. There we goes. How's electricity here? It's actually connected by power, which is surprising. I wouldn't think it would connect, but it does. Okay, so we have a lot of places to bulldoze. I'm not sure why. Garbage, I'm guessing? Could be because of garbage. Apparently garbage also causing fires and... yeah, people are really hating on this garbage problem right now. But once again, that's a problem with the flow of traffic in the city. The roundabout unfortunately does not work, and that's causing some pretty nasty problems for me. If it actually did what it was supposed to do, it wouldn't be a problem, but it's not. God, people parking on the side streets. Okay, so looks like I'm back to being profitable, which is good. Let's see if we can... get a little more sewer into our new industrial zone. There's currently no demand for industry. It's almost all for our residential properties. Rather unfortunate. And people are probably unhappy with taxes sooner rather than later. Going to be unhappy with taxes, so I need 600 bones to finish this up. There we go. Now, how's this facility doing? 61% full. Don't really need that emptying anymore. You're fine as you were. That's what they tell people. There are so many fires in the city now. And abandoned buildings. Okay, I need to get more roads out. I need more tax revenues. I need to be able to pay off that all-important garbage collection facility, which I put into a hyper-residential neighborhood. What exactly? Oh, just this one little itty bitty thing burnt down. Do I have a cemetery? I do, and it's 3% used, so that's good. Okay, looks like we're making money again. Excellent. Let's go back to expanding our cities. Ability to make babies, aka people. Okay, 440 bones to build this. And then I'll be able to supply water here, which will, that in turn, give me more tax revenues. Please give me that money. Stop paying less taxes, people. Yeah, taxes are taking a skydive again. That's brutal. You know, do I have policies on that I don't need, perhaps? I do, actually. Okay, I don't need the water use one. I'll tell you why. It's because... so we'll turn off water use, and instead I will... well, let's see how it has an effect on it first. Yeah, it has actually no effect at all. And how's our energy? I can probably turn off the energy use one as well, power use one. Yeah, and that gives me a ton of extra revenues, so yay! There we go. That's all the water for that little area. Yeah, that's going to give me a ton of extra revenue by turning off that policy, so that's good. Policies are very pricey. They're a band-aid solution to a problem, and if you don't have that problem anymore, you don't need them anymore. Okay. And there we go. And because I turned off those policies, I have tons of money again. How's our water consumption going? Perfect. energy. Perfect. Okay, we're happy. We're rich. So I can probably also lower back down taxes, because that will keep people happier. They'll be staying here longer. Yada, yada, yada. Definitely on the industry. I'm going to put commercial at like a 12% high. People have more money. Trickle down theory. People are simple. Clearly this game was made by Europeans. There's not too much of a threat made after tax. Like in North America, like if you say you're raising taxes on anything, it's like you're the devil, no matter what it is. Like city of Vancouver, I want to say recently, but it wasn't really that recently, but it happened. They had a referendum. It's really, really weird and rare in Canadian politics to hold a referendum. But they held a referendum on whether they could increase sales tax on tickets for public transportation. That's a pretty, it's a pretty weak overall problem to have. It's not one that a lot of people care about. But all they did was say taxes, and people just rejected it. Like, boom, gone, rejected, all because they said taxes. Had they not said taxes, it would have been all fine, but they put out the T word, and the referendum failed. They actually had to clarify with campaigns. Referendums are won by media campaigns. What exactly they meant. The original wording was a increase in provincial sales tax on public transportation. That's what they said, but that's not what they meant. I mean, obviously they just meant adding a bigger sales tax onto public transit. Very different thing. And people just had the idea like, well, no, I don't want a provincial sales tax go up. That's going to mean the cost of living increase go up, which is how we think about it. In Europe, it's just like, we don't even put our tax on our things. Silly Americans, and they're labeling the taxes that they pay, which is what we do over here. Let's add another little parky poo over here, make people happy. Ever since I got rid of those policies, I seem to have a ton of money available, which is good. Public transit will make people happy as well, and public transit has a unique advantage of actually generating revenues. On top of alleviating a lot of traffic problems, it also generates revenues, which is great. But it's going to take a while for me to build that, actually. Whew, that's a lot of expenses. And we don't have a demand for any particular type of building just yet. I'm going to continue building my residential properties, because obviously that will be needed eventually, and that will increase my population. I am going to have one of these roads connecting here directly, which I know kind of breaks the rules, but it will make the city a little bit easier to get through. And this particular one will be commercial, but the rest of them will be, in fact, be residential. And I do love this spreader tool that they've put in the game. It's my favorite improvement, and it really tells me they do understand the people who play these games. They don't like just sitting there spamming clicks for all their days. They're people who enjoy the little things in life, like bulldozing every single building in existence. They love doing that. But it's a huge quality of life improvement from a game like Sim City, where you were kind of doing a lot more clicking. Less clicks is better for me. That's my philosophy. So now with all this money I have, I can probably afford another policier department in this area. I guess this is where I'll be going with it. It's pretty pricey though, all the same. And let's see, still need small amount of residential spaces. Not too many. See, now by adding in this little area here, it allows for people to, all these trucks to kind of bypass this deathly terrible roundabout, which I will be correcting because I can afford it now. It's 7,600 bones. That's pretty darn pricey. Okay, it will auto snap into whatever I need it to. I just need to figure out what area I need to clear out here. So I want to keep my I want to keep this facility in place. So I have to pause the game right now. I'm not going to put any zones in the roundabout. Oh look, you can once you place a roundabout, you can actually destroy them individually. I wonder if you can build your own custom roundabouts. That would be neat. Is this not going to snap to the appropriate? I will be exceptionally upset if this doesn't snap properly. Is this one? Did this one ever snap appropriately? I don't know how you spin it around to the appropriate place, but anyway, I still have to remove a decent amount of stuff here. Gotta get rid of this road, that road, a few power lines. I just want it to snap to one of my existing roads. How do I rotate these? Like, if I did not want to do that at all. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm running low on cash, so I'm going to put the circle where I want it to be. Slope too steep? What? Yeah, I'm going to put the circle here. This is what I'm going to do. Put the circle here. I can add on another road apparently. That's okay. I'm going to build roads leading up to it from various directions. To make it into what I want it to be. Okay, so I have to get rid of this part of it. I'm also going to have to get rid of this little bit of road here because I need that for something else. And this will be for a very, very large area. I can probably keep this one in play as well. And this traffic circle will, I just need to you know, be worthwhile for me. And have one here, although that should work. And we'll have one that goes into here, perfect. And then one here, space already occupied. Can I go this way? I can. They'll let me go one way but not the other. And this traffic circle is monstrously huge. I'm not going to fill in some of these green zones that are close to the traffic circle just because that would be very bad for noise pollution. But I will fill in some of the new ones that I built. In the meantime, I did destroy a bit of power line. Is everything still powered? That's the big question now. Now that I built this massive traffic circle. And seemingly fine. Seems to be fine. Not depowered one bit. I wonder if I can destroy this road here. No, I need that road. That's actually an absolutely necessary road. So, but hopefully that'll... Oh, look at that. There's one stupid little... Oh, it's gone now. Okay. They all de-zoned over time. Excellent. Traffic problem averted. I mean, for now, I need to build larger freeways and all that sort of jazz to kind of get things going. But temporarily, we have resolved a very, very massive traffic issue. Alright, now I need to... What? It only has demand for a very small amount of green zones here. So perhaps I need to make an investment in public transit right now because I don't really have a demand for any sort of particular building type. So I can probably lay down a public transit facility. 30 grand though, that's pretty pricey. So I'm gonna have to wait for a little bit to put this up. And yes, I am still paying for the smoking ban. F those guys. Am I right? Am I right? Cigarette companies are the devil. And once I can get to 30,000, this will be a huge boon for the city. Looks like we're having some problems with sewage treatment. Yeah, so we're just going to increase the budget for that a little bit. How's our power doing? Power generation is a little bit high as well, so we'll just increase that a little bit past the breaking point. The fact that it's already where it is means I'll have to pass one of those expensive policies again, which will be bad, but will save my city from deteriorating into chaos, or alternatively I'll have to build another power generation station. Yeah, another one of these bad boys. $19,000, cost me $560 a week. It is much cheaper than going for the policy, way, way cheaper. So we'll build it here. And now we will be generating a surplus of power again. Actually, back to being a pretty massive surplus of water and sewer, dear Lord. Don't need that much. Let's see how much the surplus is exactly. Quite a bit, but my power use is still going up, so I might keep it as is, and those are pretty safe and sustainable. Okay, so the city is looking great. The grand goal, of course, was to get this around here and into here and through here. Now we look at the old traffic meter. The traffic circle's still pretty dense on traffic. What has changed is that since I linked up this rural neighborhood directly, now this rural neighborhood has become a main thoroughfare. As well, this is a pretty big one here. And here, that's kind of expected. These are all leading to and from our industrial zones. This main road here will eventually have to go. I'm kind of considering doing it now rather than later, just because it's actually slowing things down quite a bit. And it's having a big effect on everything. And it will continue to have a big effect on everything. So I don't need to destroy this length of road here. I think this stuff is fine. It's just where the traffic says that's highest, which is right here. This is a big problem. So we got to follow the track of the problem. Traffic's going down this way, preferably going this way, into the traffic circle, and splitting up into here and here. When this route gets congested, it goes into this other light route here, goes into the traffic circle, and same places. And then it peters down to here, goes to this way, into the traffic circle. So the idea is to make our main route that we want them to use, which will be this one here, to be the good one. Actually, I kind of want them going this way. Yeah, that's actually the way I want them going. I don't want them using this. This is a pretty rural route. And if I get them go this here, I'll be better off overall. Now I do have my 30,000 while speaking about this, so I can build my bus station And I don't want to build my bus station over here because that's something that'll be destroying soon. So I'll plop it down. Where? Put it. I guess right here is fine because that's going to be a very... Actually, I screwed that up because this is not going to be a permanent spot for that. So now for the bus route. This is so cool. These guys made cities in motion, so they know exactly what they're doing here. We're going to build ourselves a bus line. Note, okay, this is something from Cities in Motion. You can put the bus stop on the other side of the road. It'll make them spin all the way around to go to that bus stop. So you have to put it on the right side of the road. You want it to go with traffic, not against traffic. And I'm trying to get a decent amount of coverage in the city. So in front of a lot of these areas, I'm placing it. And oops. This is our major residential area. People are going to be very, very happy by having a bus stop placed here, as you can see. So they can get to and from work every darn day of the year. Okay, and this is a completed line. Drag to move it says. So that's money spent, but that's an investment because this actually makes you money. You can make money off of public transit. This is a simple fact of life. You can make money on public transit. People do make money on public transit. What I have to remember is that when I'm improving roads and whatnot, I have to come back to my public transit system and fix it appropriately for what I'm doing. So we have a very minute demand for residential properties right now, which I will try and sate. And I will have a small demand for commercial properties, which I will also try to sate. So just trying to economize my space the best I can, remembering that I have challenging. Do I want to leave this bump here for my industrial? I think I do. So these roads will be paying maintenance for now. I think that's what I want to go with. And so I'm going to have to find another way. This is one place I can put a few more homes too. Not too many more. And I can probably put a line up to here, and then I'll have my highway go around that. So right here, I don't want to actually touch the highway though. I don't want it to interfere with this highway. And I will have an access road for this area, linking up with our power lines. See this William Williams comment? This is actually a real comment that happened when smoking bans started happening in the well, I guess early 2000s, late 90s in bars. A lot of bartenders were very, very happy to actually be working in a non-smoking environment because most of them didn't smoke themselves, which was a big deal at the time. Okay, so that will be that. High demand for commercial properties, so I can probably put it in the traffic circle. Seems like a good idea. That'll generate monies. Oh, there's actually unused commercial properties over here? Well, F those guys. Jesus. Yeah. So I think I'm going to hold this off for industrial land. Make the corner kind of industrial. An industrial corner to my city. That way I can kind of keep the pollutants away from my peoples. Of course, they will go in the air and acid rain and all that sort of jazz, but they don't know that. They don't know that. Nice little neighborhoods. Okay, I gotta extend this road just a wee bit so I can get this one to appropriately go here without knocking into the abyss that is power line. It's all watered up. Perfect. And another little property over here. There we go. My citizens aren't happy. Try placing parks. What do we have here? Botanical garden? Jeez, that's pricey. I don't know if I can go for that. Park with trees. Sure. That sounds great. Space is occupied. Something smaller. So 2 homes for eternal happiness. Robot invasion imminent. That sounds likely. Now, funny thing, I'm still using this little knobby here. That knobby thing is going to go away eventually. This little in and out system that I have going on here. That will vanish very, very soon. I'll be using something more intricate eventually. So that's a spoiler alert if you've ever heard one. Some 6,916 citizens. I need to get to 7,500 to unlock urban areas. And yeah, I can probably afford more health care. Currently I have one sitting in the middle here that covers a very, very high amount of the city. So, jeez. I'd have to wipe out a lot of homes here, but yeah, I can build a little hospital here. Crime rate is actually quite low. Our fire rate is actually quite high. So we'll need a second fire station covering, say, this half of the city. And that will cover my expenditures for a nice little bit. Yeah, this traffic circle, which works much better than the crappy small one. Perfect note about this traffic circle. This is one that you see in London. It has 3 lanes of traffic. So when you're going in with 2 lanes of traffic, it seems that they will in fact go in. I'm going to have to actually expand a lot of these entry points. Oh, apparently I did for some. Oh, for the ones that are, yes, for the ones that are natural, they do have the 3 lanes. But eventually I'm going to have to expand these into 3-lane bits. I guess eventually can be now. I mean, there's no real reason not to, I guess. So this little bit of road here, and we're going to switch into 3-lane. And same thing here, just a little itty bit of the road. That one's fine. This one, I don't know if I can actually expand it because we have the cemetery there. That one's fine. And, jeez. I don't know if this one will be an improvement or not. I can always try it out. There's no harm in trying things out. And there we go. We have a vastly improved traffic circle that gets people around the city. Huge traffic circle, massive traffic circle. You will not see a traffic circle that big in any of your cities ever. Let's see, this one, good. Okay, so my population's up to 7,015. Doing good. I need about 500 more people to reach the next level, which will get me my incinerator, which, you know, kind of a big deal because my lots are building up. Or my, not my lots, my, what would you call those fandangled things? My landfills are filling up, so that's actually a concern. And the incinerator, very nice, will generate electricity. 7,051, 57, so it is growing slowly. think it's with these lots filling up. Eventually, a lot of these places will have to urbanize, which will mean a transition into a new style of doing things. Well, for now, I can zone these as commercial. I can change it back later. That's fine. But for now, I'll zone it as commercial, just because I do have a commercial demand. But I do intend to make this corner here basically an industrial oasis. Yes, that was a combination of waste and oasis. Oasis. And how is our bus doing? Our bus 52 per week. That is exceptionally low. Wow. Okay. Hopefully that number goes up, because that means it is not a cost-saving measure. And I'll unlock Metro at 7,500. That's not bad. Schools. I don't really need them right now, but maybe I will need them in the future. There's no real downside to having schools just yet. Or, I mean, not to having schools, but to ignoring schools. So I have 654 eligible people, and this school population will reach how many people? Doesn't quite say. Well, I'm going to place it over here. And the reason why I'm placing it over here in this wonky location is because this is going to become an industrial area. And I'm not trying to make the kids sick, but it'll make this residential area slightly more attractive. So there's our first school. Yay, the entire city is happy apparently. Or at least a giant cluster of it. And yeah, we have 3 levels of education. High school, university, and we have grade school. And grade schools is all I currently have plopped down. And so we're about to hit that 7,500 marker, which is where I'm aiming to hit. Anything for me to destroy that could possibly make things go faster? Don't think so. And we're on the border a bit. 7460, 7462, 7449. Oh no, it's going backwards. Please don't go backwards. Go forwards. And always spinning. Okay, I might have to build another residential property. Just a small one. This road area here might... Oh, there we go. I hit it. So yeah, I get the level 5 unique buildings. I get the metro station, the taxation policies, which allows me to tax certain groups and not others. A new area has been unlocked, and a lot of policies here, obviously. And we have the new zones. High density residential zone, high density commercial zone, and our office zone for educated citizens, which I had no use for until this point. Now I suddenly have a use for educated citizens, and the high density commercial zones, of course, will allow for major supermarkets. So we're going to see a mass redesign of the city. Possibly I may build a expansion, but for now all I will be leaving with is the production of an incinerator. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. It's not too cheap, and incinerators generate electricity. They do not use electricity, so something particularly valuable. Next, what I'll be doing is purchasing another sector here and building on to another city. This city is close to done. I can move a road around here to complete here, and there's lots of improvements I can make, but starting fresh in a new sector with a lot of money will allow me to create giant urban areas, giant sprawling urban areas. But for now, my name is Troublmaker. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.